what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about some of the other sounds that come with Reaktor and some things you can do with it. And what we're going to do with that is go in here to Reactor Play. Now, this should be said that this is if you, like some of these instruments are if you buy Reaktor with Komplete. It comes with a whole bunch of stuff. I don't actually know what Reaktor comes with just by itself. Okay, so straight out of the box right now, what we're hearing is a kick drum that comes with Reaktor. Now, this is not Reaktor blocks, this is just Reactor. And there's a lot of things that come with Reaktor. So what I'm gonna do here is go into my native instruments here and go to, here, let's make this a little bit bigger down here. Let's start with one of my favorites, which is Monarch. Monarch is a synth that was made using Reaktor. Just sounds amazing. As you can hear, it sounds really, really cool. So the first thing is, once we get into Reaktor, you're going to hit that player button and you're going to see all the stuff over here on the left hand side that comes with Reaktor. You can see I've got this folder right here, and I've also got this toy box folder. This toy box folder is not opening. I don't know why. But in here, the native instruments folder opens up and we can see all the stuff that comes with Reaktor. And what I've got here, a whole bunch of stuff, is I've got the blocks base, I've got blocks primes, I've got flesh, I've got contour, molecular, Monarch, prism, razor, Reaktor blocks, wired, factory selection, R2, which is what comes with the player. That's what comes with Reactor Player. Rounds, scanner, XT, spark, track 1 bass, track 1 kick, the finger, the mouth. And those are all the ones that come with. I've got the biggest version of Komplete. That it comes with all the extra bells and whistles and all the extra stuff. Komplete 12. I do not have Komplete 13 yet. So what we're looking at here is Monarch, and these are synths that people have made over the years. Either Native Instruments made them or other people made them. One that is actually, oh no, Razor's right there. Okay, cool. So I'm going to show you Monarch and Razor first. So Monarch is an emulation of the Model D from Minimoog, the Minimoog Model D from Moog Music, and it sounds great. It's emulating an analog synthesizer. It sounds fantastic. If I want to see presets, they call them snapshots in Reaktor. So I go over here to this one right here. I click on this, and now shows me this little thing here. If it has a plus next to it, see, anything that has like a plus on it means that it's a folder that opens up. So you want to click right here, and it's going to show you more folders here. And I can click on these, and now it's going to show me different snapshots or presets that changes the knobs on here. So if I click on this one here, and I can use my arrow keys up and down to scroll through these. And you can hear there's a lot of really neat sounds in here, just out of the box. Nice low subs. Super, super basic. But there's also other sounds in here besides bass sounds. Let's go to our lead sounds. I'm going to go up. Oh, wait, am I? Yeah, I'll go up here. Okay, let's go over here to this. I turn the levels down here a little bit. Right, lots of cool sounds that people that they just made using the knobs that are right here in front of you. So as you can see, there's a lot of possibilities with this. All right, so if I want to pull up a different instrument, I'm just going to go back over here to my browser, here, this little magnifying glass, and I go in here and I say, let's look at Razor. So I click on this and I double click Razor. It's going to say, do you want to save your changes? Because I changed some stuff. I'm going to say, no, I do not want to save my changes, like that, and it's going to pull up Razor. Here's Razor. Razor's a really cool one. It's an additive synthesizer. And again, if I want to pull up my presets, I click on this little button over here on the left-hand side, go to my embedded sounds, the best of Razor. And I can just use my arrow keys to go up and down. Some weird space sounds. Yeah, just some weird little sounds in here. And you can click on one of these like different genres of sounds in here that they've like organized them into. Keys and bells are going to be really good because it's an additive synth. Some neat stuff. Sounds really bell-like because additive synths are good at bell sounds. So are FM synthesizers. Oh, I really like that sound actually. Right, some neat sounds in there. And if you know what you're doing with this, you could go in and tweak the sound. For example, maybe I don't want it to glide like that. So I'm going to go over here to my glide and turn that down. Now it's not going to glide. I have a whole bunch of cables all over the place, so it's hard to play these notes, but yeah, I like it. My push is barely hanging on. I don't know what's going on with it right now. I need to restart the computer, obviously. Ah, it's a neat sound. Let's go down here, keep going through our bells and keys. Oof. That one's... Okay, we can go to soundscapes and sequence stuff. Sounds like the knife. Yeah, I was just listening to them the other night, actually. Yep, some cool stuff. Now, the guy who made this is actually a guy named Aerosmith here. It says Razor by Aerosmith. And this is like... And I don't know what kind of musician Aerosmith is, but based on the sounds that came with Razor, it's probably not really something I would want to listen to that much. They're a little bit too aggressive for my taste. But lots of cool stuff in here. There's some neat stuff. You definitely want to go through and try them out. I mean, there's some neat stuff, even though they are a bit aggressive. There's some neat stuff. I can't even imagine how long this thing would take to make. If you want to look behind the scenes of it, if you have a real version of Reaktor, you can click the edit button right here. And in here, now we can actually dive into behind the scenes of the stuff and go into the, in here, see where it says Razor Ensemble, click on this, and we can see what's going on under the hood. So, thanks, local leader, I appreciate it. So I double click on Razor, and go into the synth, and we can see everything that's in here. That's this is what makes up Razor, which is insane, right? It's like, what is going on? Look at this. Look at how crazy this stuff is. You go in here, it's nuts. I can't even begin to imagine doing. Look at this. This is how deep everything gets, deeper and deeper and deeper. What are we even looking at right here? Core cells, all this stuff. Look how far in we are. This is insane. So even though you could, like, if you own Reactor, you can go in, you can mess with stuff. My advice is don't, unless you really want to take a deep dive into things. I mean, Reactor is computer programming. It's something that would take you a long time to really master. So if you want to get in there and mess with it, great. Please don't come asking me about it, because I am not, like, just like with DX synthesis, I know how to do the basic stuff of Reactor, but I basically know how to get the sounds that I like to come up, and that's it. Okay, but Razor's dope. It's an additive synthesizer. Remember when we talked on Monday about all the different types of synthesis? That's kind of what we're looking at right here. This is an additive synthesizer. Monarch is a subtractive synthesizer. Now, one of my favorite synthesizers in here is called, where is it? It's in the, I think it's in the factory selection. No, it's not in the factory selection. It's going to be under the Reactor. Where is it? Oh no, is it not here? Oh. My Reactor's not installed properly, I don't think. Okay, I'll have to look into that, because it's definitely none of this stuff here. There should be a Reactor factory section or something like that, Reactor, something like that. That's it's got a whole bunch of other basic synthesizers in here, and it's not here right now. Interesting. I haven't noticed that. So I can't show it to you, which is too bad, because it's dope. It's one of my favorite ones to show off, but it's not here right now. Interesting. I guess when I made the oh, you know where it probably is? Hold on a second. Let's do this. Maybe it didn't. Here, I don't have this hard drive. There's a hard drive that I do not have turned on right now, and maybe it wants to find it on that hard drive. And while we're at it, I might as well turn on this hard drive as well. Let's see. There's that one, and there's another cable around here that is not connected. Where are you? Why are you not connected? It's over here. There it is. Sorry, let's see what happens when I turn these hard drives on. But the factory selection should, let's see, are we on? We're on. Okay. That's interesting. The factory selection should be loaded into my computer, because that's one of the things I like to do, is I like to just keep my Reactor factory selection in the computer's hard drive and not on an external hard drive, because what if I just want to use my computer to make sounds, I don't want to necessarily have to turn on. There we go. It's talking to me. Okay. We were missing this one right here. It's like cool sound, right? Let's see, what is this one here? Metaphysical function. I think this is an ensemble that I had downloaded. Yeah, it's just a droney ensemble that I downloaded. I'm not sure why it didn't load up a second ago. That's super annoying. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay, anyway, let's go over to our factor library here. And in here, let's load up the synthesizers. And we are going to use Steam Pipe 2. Yeah, that was one that somebody made. So, okay, so let me just explain this a little bit. These are all synthesizers that people have made over the years. Reactor is a toolbox for making synths and effects, and there's a big library, there's a big community of people who love to make stuff using Reactor, and that's great for people like me who like to see what people are making using Reactor, but I'm actually not really, I'm not really a person who makes stuff myself. I'm like I like to lurk around and see what people are making and then try to use them musically and figure out what's cool. And this is what's great about Reaktor, because there's such a good community of people making stuff. So this is a steam pipe. This was made a long time ago by somebody, and then it got put into the Reaktor library. And it's a synth, it's physical modeling. And it's recreating the sound using math, but it sounds very flute-like. It sounds like air going across the mouthpiece, which is fantastic. In here, we click on embed. Let's go to check out our different presets. And so we got the flute here, we got pan, right? We got the pipe. Super, super cool. If you play it a certain way and you weren't looking at my screen, you would think, oh, this is somebody playing a flute in a really strange way, like a shakuhachi or something, like a Japanese flute. And it's not, but it sounds very, very flute-like. And you can also get some really cool bell sounds and stuff out of this. Whoa, hello there. And I can play it like in such a way that it sounds very organic. But it's like organic electronic, right? You could use this for like a movie where you need to build some suspense or something like that. You know. Pretty cool sounding, right? Right, some neat stuff that you can do in here with this, and this is steam pipe too. This stuff definitely does come with Reaktor. It's not something that you need to. This steam pipe and stuff is not something you need to buy extra if you just were to buy Reaktor by itself. So you got that there, and in here you got a whole bunch of stuff. Now with your Reactor Player, it comes with these 4 ones here: Carbon 2, Laser Bass, New School, and Space Drone. Laser Bass is another additive synthesizer, kind of like Razor. Not quite as cool as Razor, but it's definitely cool. We got these basses and leads. Go down here. Some neat sounds. Like if you want to make some really nasty sounds. I mean, that's pretty over the top there. There's a bunch of tutorials in here for you to get started and learn how to use this thing. There's effects and miscellaneous stuff. Just weird sounds. Pretty cool. I'm just holding down one key right now. You can play different pitches. Pretty neat stuff. All right, so my advice is go through and check these things out. Check out the different presets that people have made. New School, Space Drone is really interesting. Here, let's do this one here. It's just literally a drone. Let's go ahead and turn it on here. Get it going. There you go. Click on one of these here, and it just generates sounds. All right. Neat stuff. You can see the screen down here is a little bit on the small side here, which is a bit annoying, but oh, here's some birds. Here's some rain. Here's Martians. And you could just put this on and sample this. Put it on and let it play for like an hour and just sample that. And there you go. You got some background for something. Right. Pretty neat stuff there. Let's go ahead and look at Carbon 2. Carbon 2 is like kind of the closest thing to like a normal synthesizer in here. And we can just go in here and go to embedded stuff, bank 1. Although you have to find and you got the oscillators over here, you got the filter here, but making a sound with this is still going to be difficult because now that I'm looking at it, I remember this is not actually a basic normal synth. It's a weird one. But you can do some really, really cool stuff with it. And then New School is super weird. What I like to do is sample New School. Just route the audio into another audio channel here like this. Audio from my Reactor 6. And then you can go down here and you can mute these different ones out. And I could go here and I could say, all right, I'm going to record this. And I can say, all right, so what are we going to do here? Let's mess with the, there we go. Some keys here. You can hear I've done some interesting stuff there, and I can grab like a piece of this and sample. Let's turn that off right there. I'm gonna mute it. And now in here I could go and grab the loop that I like because I just sampled it here. Let me put this on a 1-bar loop. Let me put it on a 2-bar loop. There we go. Let's put the right, and I can just, you know, I can just move this around and find what rhythm sounds cool, right? Right, turn these on. And this, I love doing this stuff like this with Reactor. And just find the sounds that work together. Let's put a little side chain on this. Not a real side chain. Let's use this fake side chain. There we go. Now we can hear our kick drum through there. There we go. Sounds pretty good like that. Cool. And that just came from me recording that for like you know, 30 seconds or whatever. So some really neat stuff you can do with this. I highly recommend that you explore all the possibilities of some of these sounds, and just don't forget what we talked about yesterday in that little, like the little quick lesson that we did about sampling and stuff like that, and what we're going to talk about next week in terms of sampling and stuff like that. And that's basically what comes with the free version of Reaktor, are those 4 things and then the blocks. So that's pretty much everything you really need to know about it. And then if you want to, you know, if you buy it, then there's other stuff that does come with it, like Monarch and Razor come with it if you buy it. There's some other really great ones in here. For example, Form is really cool. Let's grab Form. Form is really neat. You can drag and drop your own samples into Form. You can go in here and you can use the factory sounds, and the sounds that come with it are cool, but actually really what I like to use it for more for dragging my own samples into it and stuff like that. But some neat stuff going on in here. Some neat stuff. Pad sounds, hybrid instruments, all sorts of stuff in here. Form is a great one. I really like Form a lot. What else is really good is Prism. Prism is cool. Prism, best of, there we go. Is that Rezo says, for Reaktor, can I just download it by itself, or do I have to get the Complete Start, which is a bunch of different stuff? You have to get the Complete Start, but when you get Complete Start, what it does is it puts the Native Access app on your computer. When you go into Native Access, you don't have to download everything. You only have to download the one thing that you want. So if all you want to do is just check out Reaktor and get Reactor Player, then you can just do that from inside of the Native Access. So let me just show you that real quick. That's a really good question. We go in here to this. Let's grab the Native Access. Let me open this up. Searching for the latest update. Oh, okay, fine. Let's download the latest update. Or let's see if it'll download the latest update. It might not be too happy about this. They've got like updates on this thing like every time you turn around. If you quit it and then you open it up again, it's going to be like, there's a new update. So, okay, here we go. So this is all the installed products on here. I've got everything basically that Native Instruments makes, tons and tons of stuff. But you can actually just install what you want. So when you open up your Native Access, if you just get the complete free or whatever it's called, Complete Start, it's just gonna have like a few things in here and just like install this. So for example, if I go over here, Reaktor is gonna be one of these. Where are you? So you can see here's like Massive X and all this stuff. And you can see this stuff is huge. Like this full thing is like 200 gigabytes or more or something like that. It's crazy. I was talking to my friend last night who does video game programming, and he's got all the things. He's got like all the dev kits for everything, and he was saying that he was looking at Ableton and like the various packs and stuff, and because he's never done music programming, he does video game programming. He actually programs video games, not the music part, but he's interested in getting into the music part. It's kind of fun for him. And he was like, these file sizes are huge. I was like, yes, they are. Very, very huge. So anyway, here's Reactor down here. So this is what you would get. It would be like Reactor factory selection, and then Reactor Player is what would show up here, not Reactor application. It would be like Reactor blocks basic or something like that would show up here. And it's not super huge. As you can see, just the basics of the Reactor stuff is like less than a gigabyte. And that's why I try to have it installed on my, yeah, Reactor 6 Player is what you would want to install on yours. Yeah, what do I have not installed? Our House is not installed. Oh, Yanguin is not installed. I didn't do that one yet. Yeah, okay. I think Reactor is also the best of native instruments, although I don't know, it's hard to say that. I mean, there's a lot of really good stuff here. It's kind of hard to say that and like with a straight face, just because there's a lot of really good stuff in here. Contact comes with a lot of really great instruments nowadays. Their strings are not my favorite. They're okay, but there's definitely some better string libraries out there, I think. But there's also a lot of people who make stuff that work with Contact that have done some really cool stuff, because Contact is also, we're going to talk about Contact next week. It's really, really amazing. But yeah, so Barber says, because you can make your own instruments. I totally agree. But as I've just finished talking about for a long time here, you have to really know what you're doing to make your own instruments. So kind of depends on how you're approaching music and stuff like that. If you're approaching it as somebody who wants to make their own instruments, like it seems like you are, then Reactor is the one that you want to get into. If you're approaching music from somebody who wants to explore a whole bunch of different possibilities of stuff, then I would say Reactor and Contact are also good. Massive X is dope. I wish Massive X would work on my computer, but I have a Mac M1 and I'm pretty sure it will just crash everything if I try to run it. So I'm not going to try to run it right now. But yeah, there's actually some new ones that they've got with Komplete 13 that are all granular synthesis stuff. They've made some new instruments that are super, super dope. Which I don't have yet. I'm waiting for it to go on sale so I can get it and everything. But in the meantime, you know, there's some really cool sounds in here. And you can just have fun playing with this stuff, you know? I don't even know what I'm playing. I'm not even a good keyboard player. But it sounds neat. So it's neat stuff. So many cool things in here. So if you are, it's like if you have Komplete and you can't get any kind of inspiration, then you're not really trying very hard. There's so many options in here. So that's what's up. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording right there.